Hey everyone, welcome back to another monthly market update. Today I'm going to be diving into the real estate market of Ottawa and checking in on what's happening with the active listings, the new listings, the months of inventory, where prices are at, and where you should be going as a buyer or a seller. Wait for the end. I'm going to give out some tips and tricks if you're buying or selling in the current market, or if you're planning to in the next 6 to 8 months, what to look out for. See you guys in a second.
All right, so here we are. We are going to go through the stats. Now, this is what I'm going to go through first. I'm going to go through the new listings per week. So we don't see too much of a change here, which is good. It's pretty typical. We're up obviously over last year, but it's obviously been a big year in terms of how much activity we're getting on the new active properties available side. So if we're looking at that, we're slightly above the last few years. Good sign for buyers. So keep that in mind. I'm going to pop open another one here. So let's close that. So open that, open this guy here. So this is the sold properties, and this is factoring in everything. So residential and condo, it's going to there. So new listings, sold is right here. So let's take a look at the sold. We're less sales than last year. We've been less sales than last year pretty much all year round, except for a few spots in the peak. But look where we're trending. We're actually, this just came out today. I was looking at this earlier this morning and it was a different, we're up here. So it's very interesting to see that we're actually going down in the amount of solds happening, which honestly is pretty typical. I did expect the sold amount of properties to go down just based on the fact that we're in November. We're heading towards the holiday season. And I think we're going to be seeing a bit of a downturn as we usually do for the next couple of weeks. Once things come over years, we're going to see things ramp up as we usually do. We will see some homes start selling much faster in the new year. That's my opinion. But let's go through the rest. So, average price point, residential only, going up. Surprising, right? But this is factoring in townhomes, single detached homes, semi detached, and everything in between, everything except for a condo. So, condo townhomes are out, condo apartments are out, detached. If it's a condo, it's not included in this list, which means the prices of residential homes are actually up over the last 3 years, and we can see that right here, especially for the time frame too. Like the only time we've been higher than the 700K mark, we're at 690, I think, roughly right now. The only time we've been higher than that is a few times in 2024, right? One, two, three, four, and then all of 2022. Well, not all of, sorry, all of 2022 until the rates started going up. So look where the market's heading. Now, if we take a look at the whole market as a whole, this is where it's different, right? We're much different. We're at the 600K mark. That's the average price point between residentials and condos. So that's factoring in everything. And this shows a bit of a better picture if you're looking at the whole market. If you're comparing to residential only, keep this in mind. This is quite the difference between this. You won't see this very where we have such a down year. It's really been a down year overall. The lowest prices overall in terms in like pretty much the last 3 years. And the only time we've hit this was the back end of 20, like it's the back end. So it's kind of very similar, but look throughout the year, there's been tons of deals out there, which is fantastic. Fantastic to see. We'll touch on this quickly. This is measure the fixed rates. So Canada bonds are down to 2.6. The lowest they've been this year is 2.46, 2.46 here. In the last 3 years, we are 2.46 was the lowest. Other than that, it was 2.9, 2.7 a year ago, 3.3 a year before that. And then, so in terms of rates, this is great news. You're not like, I don't see this changing much in the next couple of months. Who knows? Are we going to see a spike in June, July, August? Maybe, but for the next 3 to 6 months, I think you're pretty good on the fixed rates, which is fantastic because you can get rates of being something around between 3.8 to 3.9 to 4.0, depending on what your qualifications are. Obviously, that's a huge that changes things, but it's actually a really good time. If we factor that in, plus depending on the property type you're looking for, it's the best time to buy that it's been compared to all these years, right? Because if we look at all these other years, prices were higher and rates were higher. So you're actually getting a pretty good advantage. The question is, are these rates going to stay the same or go lower? And are these prices going to stay the same or go lower or go higher? That is the huge question, and it's burning because I don't know the answer. One thing I'd like to share with everybody is why is that? Okay, let's close this. So let's take a look here. Average price of homes sold in October is 634,000. So that's all homes. Average price 634, up from this year in September 613. which was down from August, down from July. So yeah, it was a bounce back October, but it's not pointing towards the right direction, right? So what else do I got here? I got units sold. So we actually had more units sell in October than we did in September, which again, another positive thing. We don't see that too often. The total amount of homes sold is 20,380, which is actually pretty strong, but it's mainly because we've had tons of inventory, which is also all right. Now heading into some of the few things I wanted to review with everybody was some of the sales that happened. So if I look at here, just based on my search here, so I'm looking at residentials, I'm looking at what's sold in the last month. So the last 30 days, so 11th of November to 11th of October, what's happened? So attached homes. So we're talking about townhomes between 500 and 600. There was 101 of them that sold. And that's going from the lowest one being 489,000. And just so everybody can see the map, I'm talking about everywhere in Ottawa. I'm talking about from Arnprior, Carleton Place, Embrun, Clarence, Rockland, Orleans, Barrhaven, all that stuff, even in the city too, right? So we're taking a look at the average. The least expensive townhome was 489,000. It was in Barrhaven, super property, 509 list price, 489 sale price. Took days to sell. Uh, yeah, the sale was listed in August. It's obviously, I mean, work, but 49, you can't beat that. That's quite a good price. What is the highest, most expensive one out of all those? So listed at 575 and 599. So these two were listed and then they sold a little bit over. What else? Do we have any other examples of that? No, these are all relatively within asking price. Yeah, so similar, but why did this go over? This is in Central Park. That's probably one of the main reasons because there's not enough inventory in that area. So anybody looking in Central Park, this is probably one of 10 townhomes that's going to be selling this year. Nicely renovated in the city, good updates, great paint, great shape. You can tell. Look at the pictures. Look at how well it's maintained. You can tell they put a lot of love and care into it. They've lived in it a good amount of time. They've taken care of everything. Basement's nice. Backyard is decent. It's not huge, but it's decent. Oh, it's actually pretty nice. Yeah, nice side yard corner unit. Yeah, great place. Sold 2 days over asking at 606 firm, and that's as the list price, which is interesting. But look at that, right? That's a pretty good example. I'm assuming there was 2 or 3 offers, maybe 4 offers, but yeah. Let's take a look at this one. 599 list price, sold in 5 days. Baseline Knoxdale Estates, double car garage. This one is actually very nice. 599 602. Again, double car garage, lots of value here. I mean, it needs, but it's massive. Like these are really big. This is between, so it's above ground 15, 20 square feet, plus probably another 400 in the basement in a really good part of the city. Very, very nice area. It does need a bit of renos, but again, you are in the city. Parquet floors, hate them, but again, what's this? They got some sort of mud room or like a 3-season that they're building. The backyard is massive, like gigantic lot for a townhome you're under 610, right? 5 days. Clearly, a ton of people saw a lot of value in it. 600,000, 599, 600,000. Let's just see. Yeah, typical standard townhome in Canada, sold in 10 days. Yeah. Now let's flip. Let's go to the detached homes. I want to see what happened to detached homes in the city, and then I want to see what happened outside the city. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, boom, 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 do this, and then we're going to go detached, and we're going to get rid of active. We're going to go sold from today, and we're going to go to October 11th and just see what happened. And let's say we want 3 bedrooms plus, and we want a minimum one car garage. What happened? 104 sales. Cheapest one being in Vanier for 455, listed at 509. It's probably a dump. It's an estate sale. Sounds familiar. Yeah, it's a dump, but potential in the city. Yeah, it's probably a tear down, something along those lines, but a good lot size. It's 48 by 85, and you are right in the city while you're in Vanier. It's very close to, it's MacArthur and La Roche. So that's a nice location. Let us go to something a little bit more move-in ready. And what do we got? Okay, so we got Piccadilly. I saw this one go. This one's a very nice home. 3.7 million, listed at 3.895. Beautiful home, like a masterpiece, honestly. And it is in Tunney's Pasture, Ottawa West. So location, fantastic as well. Look at the backyard. It's got a lot. I'm just zooming through these. I just want to see what it is. But yeah, 52 days on market. It probably took longer than that. Yeah, it's been on the market since 2023 for 4.39. Dropped last year to, and then this year 3.89, and sold for, what did I say? 3.7. Yeah, 3.7 flat. I think it's a good price for them to get that. It's right off of Island Park, so not surprised because Island Park is one of the most sought after areas to be in. And where we got, what do we got next? So we got Rideau Shore Court, Parkwood Hills, Rideau Shore. Yeah, like another mansion, like very, very grand style, but I like it. It's quite nice. It's not my taste in terms of colors and finishes, but I think it's a very, very nice home. That's that. This one I'm watching for. So Daniel 231 Daniel, very nice home. Yeah, beautiful finishes. I think this one is a high price point, 2.588. Sold for 2.437. Listed originally at, yeah, 2.88. Sold in, what did it sell for? 1.5 in 2016. Yeah. So, anyways, that's kind of where it's at. Like 2.88, selling for 2.437. I mean, again, same thing, same area too. Pasture, Ottawa West, right? Like just in that general area. Clegg, this one, very nice area as well. Sold for 28 days. I don't think that's correct. I think that is, no, it is. It is. So it originally sold for 1.44, and these guys just made 600K on their property. Great area, and that area is highly, highly sought after. These models by EQ does not come around often, so the buyer definitely got something really nice because that will not, you won't see many properties up. Let's get out of the luxury stuff. Let's see one more here. Pinwin Manor Park. This one I actually went to see in person. It's nice. Backs onto, or sides onto, some of the rental properties. I'm not a huge fan of that, but I listed at 1.349, sold for 1.290. Yeah, not bad. Good area though. Sabuto, what do we got here? Island Park. Let's just take a look at this one. Last one for Island Park. Yeah, this, here it is. Sold in 6 days. Listed 1,050,000. Sold for 1.255. Did it have conditions? Is the question. No conditions. Do bidding wars still happen? Yes, they do, guys, and they will. I almost guarantee you, every time you see anything Island Park Drive, anything on Island Park Drive, you're almost bidding war, because I was saying the area is very, very hot. Anything on actually Island Park Drive is, like, even if it's a dump and it needs rentals, I'm assuming this needs some rentals. Let's see. That's actually pretty nice. It's like, yeah, it's got tons of character. I actually love it. Terrible kitchen. Anyway, somebody's gonna need to put some work in to make that a better floor plan. But again, it's like you got radiator heating. Like the thing is that you're not buying for the house, you're buying for the area, and like it is very, very nice area, and it's highly sought after. There's tons of events there. It's a beautiful area. Claymore. That's actually, so. Let's go take a look here. What else do we got? Parkdale Avenue, right on Parkdale again. Sought after area, but took longer. It's right on the main road, but again, tons of character. I love these type of homes. They do need some work, but they do have so much character. Like, look at that. It's actually, it's gorgeous, in my opinion. Um, what else? What else we got here? Let's see. Let's pick off them. So what do we got? Let's go Carlton Heights, and what's this guy here? 695 on Fisher. Right on Fisher. Listed for 719, sold for 695 in 25 days. Is that, yeah, that's exactly what it did. Sold conditionally after, what is that, 20-ish days on the market. Yeah. What's wrong with it? Super out of date. Just needs updating. But Westmar. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, let's go into Alta Vista now. What's in Alta Vista? Mountbatten. I actually went to see this house. All right, let's go. I saw this one in person, so I can be a good judge. 880 sale price, listed at 899. It was originally listed at 988. Suspended, taken off the market, put back on the market, terminated, relisted at 899. 899 is probably a much better price point for that home. Good area, nice backyard, not much to complain about. To, what do we have here? We'll stay away from some of these. Clegg, we saw that. Drummond, I actually went to see this house too. Nice house, tiny laneway, but look at this. 27 days on market, listed for 1.484, sold for 1.460. So that, like here's the question, guys. Like, what, like, you see these are the, so like, if somebody's, yeah, it's a crazy buyer's market. It's like, look at this, is a house. No, there's a $24,000 between the sale price and the ask price. A huge drop. especially considering that you're in the 1.4 million range. Like, what is that? Less than what is that? Like 2%, 3%, whatever number it is. Like it's not a huge number. Maybe I'm being biased. I'm just giving like it doesn't feel like they've been lower and they've got work done, but still, that's how negotiations work, right? You got to meet somewhere in the middle. So let's go to okay, so let's go Nepean, Arlington Woods. Let's take again highly sought after area. Listed for $1,050,000, sold in 10 days at $1,088,000. And is that firm or is that no conditional? So they had 5 days of conditions and sold. Again, highly sought after area, decent home. I don't think it's not super up to date, but the area is very nice. It's one of the better neighborhoods in the city. And not many homes come up for sale in this area. So that's kind of what I'm trying to drive the point here is the market depends on the area. Location, location, location. Everybody always says that. Well, it's for a reason. It's not just because you just go into like a home like this, you see it, you're like, oh, I love it. I'm gonna offer 980. Well, you're gonna get laughed out of the room because there's other offers coming in that are gonna be much higher than yours. So it doesn't. You can think it's a buyer's market all you want, but if house prepped properly in an area that's highly sought after and they're priced appropriately, this stuff could happen. These guys could have easily listed at 1.1 and somebody to pay 1080 or 1090, whatever it is, right? So, um, like it's they're over asking, but does it make it things? No, because on the home and who's also offering on it. And maybe they're slightly under market. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Let's to get rid of them and let's take a look at the detached suburb homes. So I'm gonna do this. Boom, 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 and we're just gonna tie it in like this. Okay, so really, so we got some massive sales obviously in the Greeley area. That's fine. Greeley, Manotick, we're gonna have that. Cedar Hill, always been a very, very popular place. 2.29, Liz sold for 2.25. Gorgeous house, obviously in a very, very area. Cedar Hill, like it's one of the premier areas if you're looking for a big lot. Now let's um Bunchberry, that is in Finley Creek, listed for 1.13, sold for 1034. I actually saw the Creek market take a massive hit this year. I don't think I've seen prices used to be pretty high in Finley. I used to think Finley Creek was highly sought after, and now it's like the complete opposite. This year really made a big change. Like what happened here? So this is a new one. This is a new build as well. Yeah, there isn't that much inventory that's sold, but move on from Finley. Go to Riverside South, one of my favorites. Canby Road, Main Road area, 17 days on market, still sold for 990. That's interesting, but it's also a really nice home for the price. Massive law or massive ceilings in the living area. It's actually a really nice house. But let's move on from that. This is the lowest price single home in the suburbs. Starting at 550, what do we got? A tiny little shack in Orleans, but 550 is a fantastic price because what's the lot look like? It's a massive lot. Look at that. So can you do things in the future with this type of property? Yes. Can you add additions, all that stuff? For sure. But again, 550, great price. Listed at 559, 16 days took 550. It's great. Queenswood Heights, Cumberland, 48 days, sold for 560. Fulham in Barhaven for 570, 5K over list price. Pretty nice house. Decent shape. It's actually pretty nice. 11 days on market. So what's selling? The properties that are new and ready to go. Windhurst, Barhaven East, 43 to 599 list price, sold for 575. This seems like pretty nice out. Yeah, it's got carpet everywhere, vinyl in the kitchen, everything's original. So to each their own. Buy something like this with this much work ahead of me because I would not live in all carpet. I would not live in vinyl flooring. It's just again unfinished basement. Makes sense. 575. That's actually the buyer got a good deal. But again, um, Beautray and Orleans. What else? We got anything in Canada below 600? I doubt it, but see. Nothing. Lowest one in Canada was 603. It is 22 Ricky Place in Glencairn. 1430 square feet, 4 bedroom, 2 bathrooms, sold in 9 days, 603 firm. Or is it, sorry, let's see. No, conditional, pardon me. 610 list price, 603. Yeah, it actually looks really nice on the outside, but inside does not match it, which is odd. And that's all I got, guys. I'm gonna keep going through these, but 207 sales. What did I say? Suburbs of single detached homes and 104 the city. So you're getting a total of what 311 detached homes sold in the city of Ottawa. I will see you guys next time. If you have any questions, my tips and tricks. As we can see, what's happening in here, the tips are for buyers. look around, see what's out there. If you find something you like, jump on it, because there are other buyers looking and they're going to jump on it as well, depending on the area. The area is the most important. And if you're a buyer, if you're looking to be in a specific area, if we're talking about Westboro, Hintonburg, if we're talking about certain neighborhoods in Barhaven and stuff like that, like Stonebridge, whatever, right? Like, let's just focus on the area. That's the area you want to be in. You have to be hyperly active to make sure you're getting what you want and you're not losing it out on bidding wars or whatever the case is. If you're a seller, prep your home, put in the effort to make the home be shown in the best light. And then you, as you can see, some people, if they're priced right, they look good, they show well, they're going to be sold. We're talking like 9 days, guys. It's a tiny little home, doesn't even look that great. Priced it, they sold quick. Do you want to go through 30 showings and not have a single offer? For every showing, there should be 11. For every 10 showings, you should have one offer in hand. If you don't have an offer in hand after 10 showings, that means you're overpriced. And if it takes another 10 to get no offer, that means you're still overpriced, right? So just keep those things. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions or you want to know more about a certain pocket in the neighborhood, please DM me or send me a message. And if you love the video, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.